Hey there! Today we're going to do something a little different because I have not, in my recollection, done this before, but I was contacted by Filippo Loreti, a watch manufacturer, and they asked me if I was interested in reviewing one of their watches, and I said yes, because I know there's quite a bit of overlap between fountain pen love and watch love. So I thought what we would do is have a look at this watch. Now let me start off by saying the company was very kind in supplying me with a 15% discount code, B.R.E. Brown 15, which is in the description of the video as well as a link to the shop. I'm going to cover this watch, I'll talk a bit about it, and I should first of all say a very kind thank you to the company, of course. Secondly, a very kind thank you to my dear friend Sinister Peter, who is my go-to watch person. I by no means know as much about watches as I like to think I know about fountain pens. So Peter was very helpful in talking to me about all kinds of things that a watch person might want to see in a review. So thanks to both Filippo Loreti and Peter. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk a bit about this watch. Now I'm first going to show you the box it came in. Oh, I can't open it properly, sorry. So there's an outer sleeve, then there is this a box labelled with the brand name and the name of the watch, the Odyssey, the model. We have a nice little relief imprint of the watch, which I thought was quite nice. And then in there was the actual watch, which is not in here now because it's on my wrist. It has a little thank you note, and then there was on here the actual watch. Now, it also comes with instructions, which I'll go over. It comes with a little polishing cloth, and it came with some extra links in case you want to make it a bit bigger, the band, and it also, I actually had to take one out. I have a bit of wrist envy because my wrists are not particularly girthy. So anyway, here we have the watch. I am going to take it off in just a second so you can see the details a little better. I try to zoom in, but for now you can see it on the wrist with a dress shirt. So let me take this off. Simple, nice clasp comes off. I'll put this down and I'll zoom in a bit so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so this the company Filippo Loreti makes watches that are affordable. I am not exactly at the point of my love of watches that I would spend thousands of dollars on a watch, but I do like a nice watch. So this was very nice. I think for me this is a nice compromise, and I'm sure there might be some purists who might feel that if you don't spend $10,000 on a watch, it's not a great watch. That's fine if you have that kind of money. I do not have that kind of money, so I like these kinds of watch brands. Okay, having said that, this particular model is the Odyssey. It is a limited edition for 2020, and let's cover some features. So it is a 42mm case diameter with a 12mm thickness, so it is a fairly thick watch. Bear in mind that if you wear dress shirts with somewhat tighter cuffs, then it might not actually fit under that. But then again, if it doesn't, you have the pleasure of showing off your watch. Okay, it has a Seiko movement, VD54. It is a quartz movement, so it is not automatic. I know that the automatic movements are the Rolls-Royce of watch movements, so to speak. But then the prices go up as well, right? This is a 316L stainless steel case, which is 100 meters water resistant, 10 atmosphere. It is recommended not to actually go diving with it, but it is water resistant in case you enter a bit of a splash of rain, etc. The crystal is a sapphire coated mineral glass, which theoretically can scratch, so something to be a little bit aware of. And there's a couple of features that I really like about this watch, and that's why I picked this from the Filippo Loreti website. First of all, I like dark faces. I don't necessarily like white faces, the very classic white faces, but I like a dark face. I don't know why exactly, I've just always found that very appealing, and I have to be honest, I kind of like the green. I know that's a bit of a reflection, but I like the green. So here we have the Odyssey green face, which I like a lot. We have the crown to adjust the time, and we have two buttons to start the chronometer. Now, unfortunately, the watch is, of course, set to the right time. That means you cannot see this bottom dial, but I'll activate this chronograph anyway. So basically a stopwatch, right? And as you can see here at the bottom, I know it's kind of blocked by the minute hand, but bear with me. You can see that the little hand there is moving, indicating the seconds. And as time passes, this dial on the left will indicate the minutes. And I want to let this roll for a bit because there's one thing I wanted to point out about that. Beyond that, of course, you have the obvious features of a minute hand, an hour hand, and a second hand. Remember that the third hand is the second hand. No? Okay. There are no indicators of the hours as to numbers, but I kind of like that. For some reason, I like the clean look of this. These the big white dots are luminous, and I do really enjoy that. The hands are luminous, those dots are luminous. I have tried it out. It doesn't take a whole lot of light to, I hope this is the proper terminology, but to charge those luminous bits. And in darkness, I've had no trouble reading the face of the watch, so I kind of enjoyed that. Then we have this third dial right there. That's just an indicator of 24 hours. So I don't particularly struggle with converting, say, 1800 hours to 6 hours, but that's because that's the time we use in Europe. But it is not bad to have that indicator, so you, I suppose, also know if it's night or day and you can't look out the window. But it also, of course, gives you that indicator of what is 1735 again, etc. Okay. What else was there to show off? There is a unidirectional bezel that rotates in one direction, hence unidirectional, which can be useful if you use that particular functionality. And another thing that I really enjoyed is the engraving on the case back. Now this is a little hard to show on the video, although this is not too bad, I see. I'll make sure that there are some pictures on the website. Be strong, saith my heart. How do we pronounce this? Oh, I never thought about that. Anyway, we have Filippo Loreti on there. We have limited edition. We have a number. This is number 1644 out of 2020, and it has Odyssey there at the back. I will say I kind of like this, and for the record, this engraving is in relief. But it is embedded in there, so you don't actually feel anything sharp on your wrist. So it's no issues there. Okay, anything else I needed to say? No, I think this was kind of it. So what are my likes and dislikes about this particular watch? And let me not forget an important aspect: the price. This watch is currently on the Filippo Loreti website, 249 Canadian. Okay, not US but Canadian. It'll select whatever currency is used in your country when you go to the web shop, and don't forget the StephenBrown 15 discount code for 15% discount. So what do I like, what do I not like? I'll start with things that I like. To me, this is a really fun watch. And again, I say this without any judgment, but I am not a watch snob. Again, that is not meant as a derogatory term. I don't need a $10,000 watch. In fact, I would be very nervous wearing a $10,000 watch personally. That is just not a part of my lifestyle. So for me, a watch in this price range is something I'm very comfortable wearing, especially if it is a watch that looks nice. And I do think that a good wristwatch is a nice accessory. So I've been very pleased with this. I've enjoyed the functionality of the watch. There are certain things that I will not really use. A 24-hour dial, I don't really see myself using any time of the day. See what I did there? But I personally would have liked a date. But I mean, there are... Filippo Loreti has other watches with dates. This is just not one of them, right? So then I should just have picked another watch. So I'm just saying that's not really a criticism on this watch, it's just a preference. Chronographs I do use quite a lot. I find myself timing a lot of things when I'm recording videos or that kind of stuff. I also have used the timing function recently when timing student presentations. So that's something I use. Now what I wanted to point out is, so you have a start and stop button and a reset button for the chronograph. One thing that I noticed was resetting the chronograph takes quite a lot of time. I'll demonstrate that, so I'm now going to stop it. You'll see that this second hand is going to stop. And then if I hit this button, look at what happens to the second hand and look at what happens to the second dial and look at what happens to the minute dial. It needs to wind all the way back. And that takes time. So when I was in the classroom and I had 2 student presentations in succession of 25 minutes each, that was not fast enough for me to rewind the 25 minutes and start to time the next presentation. Is that a big deal? Not necessarily, because then of course you could always do something with your bezel and say, okay, this presentation starts now, right, for at least the first minute or so. But I'm just saying, if that is something that matters to you, you need to time a lot of individual events. Everybody has different lives, different jobs, different etc. Then bear in mind that this might be an issue for you. This was fairly quick, but this was only a 5-minute time on the dial. Okay. Anything else? I have found the illumination to be really, or sorry, I shouldn't say illumination, I should say the luminous material to work very well. It lasts quite a long time, it remains lit up for quite a long time, and it doesn't require a World War II searchlight to charge it, so that's quite nice too. I found the watch to be comfortable, I haven't got stuck on anything, so overall I have been very pleased with it. In my mind this is a nice watch, and for me this would be worth the money. It's a nice dressy watch without anything fancy, so if you are like me and you just want a nice watch that looks good, I think you could do worse than buy this. And I may ask, yeah, what if something goes wrong? Filippo Loreti has a 10-year warranty, which is not a lifetime warranty, but I think 10 years is quite a period of time. Think of the fountain pen world, where more and more companies offer a single-year warranty, for example. So that's pretty much it. I hope that I have, again, watches in general are a bit new to me. I've obviously worn watches for a while, but I've never really reviewed one. I hope I have not made a fool of myself. I hope I have provided you with information that you would be looking for in a watch review. If you want to see other things, then you can let me know. I don't know if there are more watch reviews to come, but we shall see how popular this is. Let me know what you think. And that's pretty much it. I thank again Filippo Loreti for sending me the watch, and I cannot emphasize enough how grateful I am to Sinister Peter for providing me with all the information and suggestions that I should cover here. So I hope this was useful, and link to the Filippo Loreti website and discount code are in the description of the video. I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.